Hello, hello, everyone. Hello, hello. This is a beautiful day, and we are so sorry we was having a little problems here in the station, but everything is good. So God is good all the time. First, I want to just say this is such a beautiful day, as I say always. It's a great day in Houston. Thank the Lord for waking me up this morning and sending me safe to the station. And today, I just want to say to everyone, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to everyone. And I hope you're having a new year so far. But right now, I'm going to let my co-host today, beautiful lady that I love is my best friend. She's here today taking the place, being the host for Attorney Leona Phillips. Let's pray for her, you guys, because she lost her dad and she's not here today. So we just want to please lift her up and keep her in your prayers, you guys. So right now, I'm going to let my co-host tell you her name, let her tell you all about it. So you go, Miss Chris. Go ahead.
Good morning, everybody. It's Chris Noble with The Rose, very best friend of Thelma Scott and Safe Diversity. You know, I met Safe Diversity a number of years ago, and I fell in love. I fell in love with the blue carpet banquet, and we have been sidekicks ever since then.
Yes.
I represent The Rose out in the world, and for those of you who may not know, we provide mammograms to women who don't have health insurance. However, we need you ladies out there with health insurance to come to The Rose. So check us out at therose.org. But I'm happy to be here, Miss Thelma, always with my good friend.
All right. We're so honored to have you. But right now, I want our amazing DJ to say something. We just love him. He just takes his time to come and help us, so we just thank him that he came in and got everything ready for us to start our show. We're starting a little late, but guess what? Our DJ is here. Go ahead, Mr. Todd.
Yeah, so it's always a pleasure to do the show with you guys, with you, Ms. Scott. Yeah, we were having some issues and whatnot, so we apologize for that, but we're glad to be rolling and up and live. And so we're also live on Facebook right now and YouTube, so you guys can check us out there on the Radio The Bong 99.5 FM Facebook page and YouTube channel.
All right. Always, before we get started, I always have to thank Mr. Mike Kahn. He's the owner of the station that always provide this time for us. So Safe Diversity and all my team and my family out there, again, we just want to thank Mr. Mike Kahn. Let's give him a hand. So he is just awesome.
Yay.
He provides this time. He pays for this time for us to have our show. Also, he sponsors scholarships. So he has such a heart for kids with disabilities. And I just love what he does here at the station. So at this time, Miss Chris, now you wanted to tell us something. We're waiting on Ashley is going to be calling in shortly. She called in while we was having problems. So when it lights up and Ashley calls, she'll be the first one called. Is anybody online now?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. Well, Miss Ashley, if you're watching on Facebook Live, you can call in anytime. But right now, I'm going to turn it over to Miss Chris. She's going to tell us a little bit about staying healthy and what she's been doing. And we're also going to be talking, really, every month we're going to be saying something about mental health. And also, she knows that I love NAMI. NAMI is my number one person. They just help so many people. So, okay, Miss Chris, go ahead and tell us what you got to say today.
Yeah. I can't, it's against the rules to quarantine an extrovert. I think I don't know, it's worse for us, I think. Anyway, when all this pandemic started and I really couldn't get out in Houston and be with people and talk about The Rose in front of folks, I was stuck at home. I am in the age group that needed to be home and be safe, so I was home and safe. Right. But I started painting. I'd always painted.
Yes.
And had
beautiful painting
for a while, and so I just started painting, and to date I'm closing in on about 300 art pieces that I've created since this all began. And I tell people I had to do it to save my sanity.
Right.
So, I mean, it was the thing that has helped me get through this, and because of so many wonderful people out there buying my art, The Rose was the beneficiary of all the funds, and to date it's close to $11,000. So, it's all good, and I had to find a way to contribute, and that was the best way I could figure out to contribute, because I couldn't get out in the world. First thing I did was give blood. Next thing I did was work at a food bank, and my friends were texting me, Chris, you need to stay home. You're old. You need to stay home. So that's when I went ahead and said, okay, fine. I'm
I'll find
old. I'll
something to
stay
do.
home. I'll paint.
Right.
And I moved my art studio into my living room, and I paint. And they're not great artworks, but they're
Okay, well, how
they're
many did you do, Miss Chris?
close to 300.
300. Did you guys say that? And you just was doing that, but you was doing it to help
Help
your,
my mental
your
outlook
mental
on,
state.
yeah.
You have to do something to help your mental,
the
state.
mental state.
Yeah.
And one day it occurred to me that there were people that I could give my art to that would love my art.
Right.
But I wanted to make sure the Rose still got something for that. So
Right.
people underwrote the art at $20 a pop.
Right.
And I created about 100 pieces that went to Angels Surviving Cancer,
Oh, that
went
was
to
so
a
sweet.
community where seniors live who are homeless, went to Beauty Beyond Breast Cancer,
Oh,
and went
massive.
to a couple of other ones. So there were about 100 pieces of art that were underwritten by somebody else. So, I mean, it's a win-win, win-win-win. And
That
Chris
was-
didn't go crazy.
That was so beautiful. That's right. You have to find something to do. You just can't sit at home and not do anything. Even though being on a computer is really depressing and anxiety, because I know the kids, and I just feel sorry for a lot of them, because the new norm is virtual learning.
Yes.
You know, and this pandemic is out there, so some of the kids have to do their studies from home. And it's really, really, really depressing and anxiety set up. So we want to talk a little bit about that today. I'm waiting on some of my call-ins that's going to be calling in today. Miss Chris, since my people haven't called in yet, you won't see if one of your guests is calling in yet?
Yeah, I know that Suzanne Chadwell is listening right now, so if she'd like to call in.
Well, let us
Suzanne,
tell her.
call us in. I know she's listening right now. Not exactly sure, but you know, I thought about what we're going to do today, Thelma, and I
Right.
pulled up something off the internet, or as I call it, the Encyclopedia Britannica. I mean, you
Okay.
have it in your hand, you know. So I
Okay.
thought, you know, there's so many things that I think good came out of this.
Right.
Some
So-
is people taking better care of themselves
Right.
health-wise. I mean, that in a way, that's number one. That was one.
Self-care is number one. Yeah.
We have kind of realized
Right.
that we need to do that.
Right.
We knew that we needed to do it, but we were
Right.
sort of forced to do it
Right.
with this.
Right.
And could see the things. The other thing I think we learned about the little things
Right.
that we miss,
Right.
like a hug,
Right.
and how grateful we're going to be when we can get back to doing those things, and grateful that we
See,
have
really,
people
that
with
we
us.
don't realize
Yeah.
how important that hug is. That
Yeah,
hug, that
because
hug
you want to
meant
go
a lot.
hug somebody,
Right.
and you got to go.
Yeah.
Whatever you're doing, I love you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I mean, I think we learned about the little things that we
Right.
miss in this, and we learned how we learned how important friends are.
Right,
Look how
right.
important the friends are to Safe Diversity. I
Yes,
mean,
that's
huge,
so important,
huge,
yes.
so important, and to help your organization continue on during this
Right.
such a challenging. There we go.
So that is so great, and I missed a lot. I told my kids, I said, I miss y'all for coming try to tell me what to do. And they said,
Got
Okay.
Suzanne on the line.
go ahead.
Good morning.
Hey,
How are
Suzanne.
you ladies?
How you doing today, Miss Suzanne?
Well, I haven't had the pleasure, Miss Scott, of meeting you, but I certainly love my girl, Chris Noble.
Oh no! Well, if you love Kristen, you'll love Miss Scott. So
Yeah, you
go
love
ahead,
her, too.
go
She's
ahead and
a-
tell us
I know
something.
will.
Go ahead and tell us something today.
Chris and I have been talking about this throughout because we're both extroverts, and I think the stopping and smelling the roses is just one of those things that has been a real blessing for several of us. Because I think we get so busy in our lives that we forget to look around and see what other people are doing and see what their needs are. And I think for certainly Chris has been a wonderful example for that, and I try to follow that as well, have a real heart for those in need.
Right. Yes. Mm-hmm.
So I can't wait till the one of my big things is can't wait till it's over with so I can get out and volunteer.
Yes, yes.
Well, tell us what you do, Suzanne. Tell us a little bit about you.
Well, I am actually pretty much retired, but have a heart for helping people, as Chris knows.
Yes.
So I have been been thrilled to be able to be involved with her at the Rose and be involved also with her Center for Independent Living.
Yes.
Yeah.
And would like to do some of that. And I was talking to her about some of your activities and would like to be involved in that as well. My heart is really with children.
Oh, well, just come on and join us. We have not missed a beat since the pandemic started back in March. We have a Zoom meeting every first Saturday from 10 to 11:30. Attorney Phillips hosts that for us, but we do it, and we have a lot of families on, and my scholarship recipient now, it's mandatory for them. In order for them to get that $1,000 scholarship, they have to log in. We have to see their face. You may not be on there but 5 minutes, but we have to
And
see your face. Have to see your face, and they log out, because a lot of them have extra activities on Saturdays, so
Right.
their parents be on there too. Because our scholarship, Suzanne, our scholarship program is a family scholarship program. I don't know nobody else have that, but the parents have to be involved. We have to see the parents. We have to build a relationship with
Excellent,
with the
excellent.
kid and the parents. So
Yeah.
they have to be a part of the program. So we just been having fun. We have so much fun on Zoom. Then we have, Tina Chandler with Norma to Be Fit. She does a workout with my families every month.
Oh, yeah.
Then we have Officer Collins that comes in. Officer Collins is one of our mentors. We have Lily Rawls is one of our mentors. She's with the Junior Frontiers, and she comes in and mentor. Then we have my daughter, which is the scholarship coordinator, and then we have Miss Foots that they takes care of the kids. So we have a wonderful time. It's so much fun, and
How many
it's
kids
fun
are
to
you?
comfort.
How many kids are there?
Well, right now in our program we have 21 kids.
And what
But I-
age are they, Ms. Scott?
I only work with high school kids,
Uh-huh.
but my program that I run over at Wheatley High School, those are kids with special needs that I work with every month. And I've been
Excellent.
missing that because I'm not able to do it due
Sure.
to the pandemic. But I do talk to them once a week, Mr. Yai and Coach Carl. Let me talk to them once we on the phone, for they won't forget me and know that I'm still here and love them. And we had so much fun, Miss Foot and I, and Tori is our intern, and we went to the office and put all the gifts together. And we want to thank Walmart. Walmart donated gift cards for all the kids. We went to put a little candy in the bag, and we put in the gift card, and all of them
At
had a little
Christmas
stuffed
time?
animal. So we had so much fun at the office, because I don't go to the office. We hadn't been in the office since March of last year during the
Right.
pandemic. But we went and gave all our kids. So we gave like 37 kids Christmas this year. So I'm so
Excellent.
honored
That is
about it.
wonderful.
I thank Walmart. I thank HEB. I thank America Bank and Centerpoint Energy. I love them. They helped us to make Christmas for these kids, because my kids are families with low to moderate income, and they couldn't get out. So what we did, had a drive-by by my house. Everybody drive by,
How fun.
come by. I went out there, gave them their package, and they kept on going. It was a drive-by.
That's
So
wonderful.
we had so much fun. Christmas, it was, and also Christmas was my birthday.
Yes,
Oh,
that's
and
right.
I-
You're
and-
born
and
on
I
that day.
I just want to let people know I don't hide my age. Yes, ma'am. This guy turned 70 years old, and I'm thankful to the Lord to let me live 70 years. I hope he let me live 70 more.
Well, we're all in the same boat.
Yeah,
Chris
yeah.
is about there, and I'm almost 69, so we're all in the same.
Right
so we're
there,
going to have to have a party when
we
the
need to
pandemic
just have a
ends.
party. I'm older than you, girl.
Okay,
We can have it over at the Falcon's Nest at my
tell
house,
you say you already,
Chris.
but you
I'm older than you. I'm 71.
Oh, get her out of here. She's 71.
I'm the old lady.
Yeah.
Chris, we can have a gathering
Yes,
over at
did you
the
hear what you
Falcon's
said?
Nest.
I'm the old lady. Suzanne,
old
you do
lady.
need to get involved.
That's what I say.
Yeah.
I would love that.
Yeah,
Chris and I were
Yes,
talking
come
about
this
be
it.
would-
one of our mentors. Yes, be
this,
one of
you
our
would
mentors.
you would love this.
I would
Susan
love
has
it.
helped out multiple years with the Houston Center for Independent Living's holiday party.
Oh,
so
okay.
Yeah,
she's
it has been a blessing to me. I'll
Yeah.
tell you, the biggest blessing of the season. I
Yeah.
missed it so much this year.
yeah.
Oh.
Seeing the joy that we provide those people, we're just
Yes, it is. I remember that because, you know, I don't know if Chris told you that I'm a woman with a disability. I'm a 28-year breast cancer survivor, so I had brain damage. So I became a woman with a learning disability. So I had to go to school and learn all over again.
oh my,
And it was an awesome
overcome the
experience.
challenges you have, obviously.
Yeah, so it was an awesome experience because what happened right after I came in remission from the cancer, I came a board member, advisory board member for the state. I was appointed by Governor Perry when he was the governor. He appointed me to the position, and what I did was I traveled around to different states, and every year I would go to Washington and I would advocate for funds for the state. So I really enjoyed that. I did it for 6 years, and that was like the journey and the joy of my life, working with those people in Washington that believe in people with disabilities. Now, I'm not saying they all do. I said, but the one that did, we advocated with them for funds for the
Sure.
state of Texas. So I enjoyed that.
Wonderful.
I don't know that I know the answer to this, Thelma. I mean, what has been done to get help for people with disabilities and this vaccine and?
Well, they're working on it, and I can tell you what, in a person that has a heart, both of them, and I can tell you our mayor, Sylvester Turner, and our county commissioner, Lena Ronaldo, they are working really hard, and they have a heart for the families, and they have a heart for people with disability. That's why I love them both, because if you love people with disability, then Miss God love you. Because that is my heart. That is my destiny, and I'm allowed to work with them people with disabilities.
Wonderful.
Okay. Well, I just want to, we got to take a short break right here, but I would like you to stay on and come back and talk with us, okay?
Okay, I can for a bit. Thank you.
All righty.
Ms. Scott,
Thank
it's
you
wonderful to
so
meet you on
much.
the radio. Look forward to meeting you in person. We'll
All
have to have
righty.
a reunion
Thank
at the
you, Miss
Falcons
Suzanne.
Nest trip.
I'm looking forward to meeting you too, but we can always have a good time on Zoom.
That sounds good.
All right. Yeah.
You are listening to Radio The Bong, 99.5 FM, 713-974-4000.
घर हो खरीदना रीफाइनेंसिंग लोन की जरूरत जब आए याद रखना सबसे जल्दी 15 दिन में लोन भी क्लोज करवाए जी हाँ कॉल करें असलम भाई ऑफ लिबर्टी होम मॉर्गेज 713-955-4675 713-955-4675 या फिर जाएं libertyhomemortgage.com.
Equal housing broker NMLS number 184238. Some restriction apply.
अरे ओ तुर्रम खान,
जी बोलिए।
सुना है तुम हर सवाल का जवाब जानते हो।
अरे ऐसा वैसा आजमाइश शर्त है।
तो फिर ये बताओ कि केटरिंग करवाने के लिए कौन सी बातों का ख्याल रखना चाहिए। बोलो बोलो।
पहली बात मेन्यू सिलेक्शन, ऐसा मेन्यू जिसमें वाइड वैरायटी हो, जैसे कि एपेटाइजर में भेल पूरी, पानी पूरी, चिकन 65, मैंगो जिंजर, लाहौरी फिश, डिजर्ट स्टेशन में लपे शीरी, गुलाब जामुन, मैंगो चॉकलेट मूज, लाइव ग्रिल स्टेशन में गोट चॉप्स, तवा कबाब, सब कुछ मिलेगा।
ओए होए, इतनी वैरायटी।
और दूसरा ये कि प्रेजेंटेशन ऐसी हो कि सब दंग रह जाए।
तुम्हारा मतलब मेहमान और मेजबान दोनों की शान के ऐन मुताबिक बैकयार्ड इवेंट्स की केटरिंग भी अवेलेबल हो। वेल ट्रेन्ड, वेल ड्रेस्ड सर्विंग स्टाफ भी।
जी जनाब, जायका तो ऐसा होना चाहिए कि ताइयां, भाभियां, फुफियां सबकी सब खुश हो जाएं।
ओए होए, क्या बात।
अरे वही तो। और आखिरी बात, प्राइसिंग ऐसी हो कि खुशी दिल से महसूस हो।
यानी कि खुशियाँ रहमत बने, किसी पर जहमत नहीं।
मैं बोलूं? Contact Noor Chaudhary for all your catering needs at 979-224-3552, 979-224-3552.
रविंदर खिंदा, इमिग्रेशन अटर्नी। रविंदर जी एक एक्सपीरियंस्ड और एक क्वालिफाइड इमिग्रेशन अटर्नी है जो आपके मसलों को हल कर पाएंगे। इमिग्रेशन के लॉज हमेशा चेंज होते रहते हैं और आज के ये पॉलिटिकल टाइम में हमें कोई ऐसा वकील हमारे साथ चाहिए जो इमिग्रेशन को समझता हो, जो आपकी जबान में बात करता हो, हिंदी, पंजाबी, उर्दू। उनकी प्रैक्टिसेस इंक्लूड करती हैं फैमिली एंड बिजनेस इमिग्रेशन एज वेल, असाइलम हो, डिपोर्टेशन डिफेंस, ग्रीन कार्ड हो, वीजास हो। कॉल फॉर कंसल्टेशन 713-999-6220। That's 713-999-6220। ज्यादा इंफॉर्मेशन के लिए आप विजिट कीजिए khindalaw.com। रविंदर खिंदा, द इमिग्रेशन अटर्नी।
You're protective of your money. And why wouldn't you be? You work hard, you stick to a budget, you save. So you deserve a company that has your budget in mind. At Discount Power, we care for our customers by offering affordable electricity to fit your lifestyle. Just because it's an essential doesn't mean it needs to be expensive. That means more money to do more of the things you want. Discount Power. Why pay more for electricity? Visit discountpowertx.com and sign up now. PUCT number 10177.
कोई नई बात नहीं, जमाना जानता है और मानता भी है हम कौन हैं, हम क्या हैं।
बाबा ने मुझे यही सिखाया है, मेहनत, हिम्मत और बहादुरी।
हमने अगली नस्ल को न सिर्फ बताया बल्कि करके भी दिखाया।
सुबह से अपनी टोयोटा पे शहर के हर कोने कोने में बिजनेस ढूंढना।
बरखुरदार टोयोटा गाड़ी बाकमाल है, हमेशा साथ निभाती है। फ्यूल एफिशिएंसी में लासानी, जब एतबार हो, भरोसा हो, इंसान अपनी मंजिल पे बासानी पहुंच जाता है।
लेकिन मजा तो सबको अपने साथ लेकर चलने में है। स्टर्लिंग में कॉल टोयोटा की शाहिद उस्मानी की मिसाल ले लें।
लोग साथ आते गए और कारवां बनता गया। अपनी टोयोटा पे हमेशा भरोसा करें. कॉल करें शाहिद उस्मानी 713-270-3948 713-270-3948.
Hello, you guys. This is Miss Thelma Scott, host with Embracing Diversity, and I'm so happy today with my co-host, Miss Chris Noble. So she has something she's want to share with us. She has another call-in. It's going to be calling in a few minutes, but she has something she want to share with us. Okay, Miss Chris?
Yes. It's been 2 or 3, well, it's probably more than that, more like 4 years ago. Miss Scott asked me to go and speak about the Rose to the kids, her kids at Yates High School.
Wheatley.
I'm sorry, Wheatley High School.
At Wheatley High School.
Wheatley High School. And I've, through my work with the Houston Center for Independent Living, I've been around a lot of people with disabilities.
Right.
But they're physical disabilities.
Right.
When I got in that room, and there were kids there that had mental disabilities as well as some with physical.
Right.
And it really, I mean, I consider myself an enlightened person, and it took me back because I thought, what am I going to say at their level that they can understand? So even, I mean, I guess I tell this story because even someone like me who's in the community like that can have a misconception. Cannot realize what really goes on. And so fortunately, there was a gentleman who was going to speak after me, and I asked him if he could speak first so I could get my act together. Because I had to figure out, okay, how am I going to speak about breast cancer and the Rose to these kids? So, so I think it's important for us to figure out how we can impact those people out there with disabilities. And they're all levels. They're not just that guy in the wheelchair or that woman in the wheelchair. They're the young man with Down syndrome. You know, there are a lot of different things, but they got it. They understood. You know, I told them I was from the Rose with the the rose flower. And I just said, I want you to go home and tell your mother she needs to get a mammogram. Now, I don't know if they did, but that's kind of, it was like I talked about their mother and they didn't want their mother to be sick. But you have to sometimes meet people where they are. But it just blew me away that I was just so... didn't occur to me.
Because you have to understand that people have hidden disabilities.
Yeah,
Mine
and some
is
people
hidden.
can be hidden, yes.
You can't see it. So that's why we always have to be careful how we talk to people, because you never know what that person is a hidden disability. So hidden disabilities is something that we have to be aware of. All righty? Is she on there yet? I'll call her. Oh, what's the matter? Okay, well, guess what, you guys?
Guess who decided to show up?
Guess who decided to show up? Our in-person guest. Can you believe it? I'm not going to say her name. I'm going to let her say her own name. Our in-person guest. Our in-person guest. It's late. So
no, mine is 5 minutes. Mine is 5 minutes. I came in person.
Well, he got to put you on the camera. Because we had some problem here at the station, so you saved by the bell, huh, Chris?
You are saved by the bell.
You saved by the bell today.
I tell you that 610. Am I on right now?
Wait. Wait a minute. He getting your camera on. Put the camera on this late rise.
This 610 and 59.
It's no joke.
If it wasn't for that, I could probably be here in like 10 minutes.
It's no joke.
Oh yeah, that's
no joke.
And you don't know what part's going to be closed when.
That's right. You don't know.
You don't know.
You never know. It's no joke, because we never know what's going to happen. I'm telling you, we never know. So you have to just be ready and leave a little bit early, because you never know what's going on.
You never know in Houston. With
59. That's why I don't get on 45, Miss Cat, because 45 is like a parking lot. So I'm going on 45 every day.
If you can see all the buildings and see the writing on the buildings, you're going a little bit too slow.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. That's right.
I got you.
So I'm just saying that we thank you for being a part of the show today. Hold on just a minute, and we're going to let you introduce yourself. He's just getting your camera set up for people to see your pretty face.
Oh, no. I'm trying to show you.
I was not sure I was going to be on there.
You have the Rose card? The Rose card, business card.
Hold on a minute. Shemaine is on here. So she's been trying to get into the show. Need to go picture. Is she ready? Okay, Chris, guess what? Miss Shemaine is on.
Hello, my dear.
Hi, Chris. Hi, Thelma. How are y'all?
We are wonderful. We are wonderful. We just sitting here talking with our late guest, in-house guest, Miss Kathy Tatum. She's going to talk after you. She might want to cut in, but we just trying to get her set up because she's late. She got in all that traffic on 59. Now, I told her you have to leave early when you come into the radio show. You don't know what happened. And we had problems getting started this morning, so you never know what's going to happen. I said,
know what's going
so
on.
you saved by the bell. So, okay, Shemaine, tell us a little bit about you. And I don't know if you know me or not.
I know of you, but I have never had the pleasure of meeting you.
Okay.
I'm Shemaine Burr. I'm actually the executive director of the Houston Center for Independent Living, and have had the opportunity to have Chris and a whole lot of other wonderful volunteers to help us with our day-to-day activities and assisting people with disabilities to be independent.
Well, I'm so honored to have you on the show today because I am a woman with a hidden disability, and I've been a part of that. I probably hadn't seen you lately. I don't think I've been around lately, but I've been a part of that coming to for the last 28 years. Say that.
Yeah.
As a woman with a disability, and I'm an ex board member for DARS. I stayed on the DARS board for 6.5 years. I'm the first African American woman that served on that board, appointed by Governor Perry back in the day.
Well, that's awesome. I actually started at our satellite office in Angleton, and I was there 24 years. And then when our executive director retired a few years ago, they asked me to come on board at the Houston corporate office.
Well, if you in Angleton, then you know me. Angleton is my hometown, and I went to that place a lot of times. So you don't see me, you just don't remember me. I came down there a lot of when I was serving on the board
I
for the
think
state.
I did for you, actually.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, well, just tell us a little bit
Shemaine,
more about you.
How has the pandemic affected my friends at HCIL?
Oh, it's been difficult. We went remote for a while, then we reopened for a bit, and we've had to go remote for a while. We've been reaching consumers via Zoom meetings. I heard y'all talking about the Zoom meetings and being able to at least see people. So we've done a lot of virtual meetings with folks, but it's just been difficult because people really want to get together and hug to be a part of. So that's been a difficult thing for folks.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, it has been because when you're a senior citizen like Chris and I, you stay home. Chris had to find something to do. She started painting because she was getting anxiety and getting depressed. I told her, I ain't depressed. I love working from home. My kids bought me a big TV for Christmas. I be at the theater every day. They calling me, Mama, what you doing? I'm in the theater. What you want? I'm at the theater. So I love it. But reason why it is that I'm on a Zoom call at least 2 or 3 times a day. Or I'm on the phone calling and checking with my group of people that I work with, my students and their parents, to make sure that they're not being evicted out of their house, and make sure that the kids have laptops, they have internet, they have vehicles or whatever the need is. That's what we do every month. I'm there to facilitate whatever need there is for the families that I work with, because we work with low to moderate income families with kids with disabilities. And Attorney Phyllis, her specialized in special need kids and families. So that's what we do every day of our lives. So it's just my passion, and it's just my purpose to do this. And I thank Attorney Phyllis for being a part of Safe Diversity and being my co-host here at the show. We've been doing this for the last 3 years and just being a part of what we do. So it's awesome. So we would love to be a part of, again, what you guys doing when the pandemic go away. So we're praying for that.
Absolutely, and we actually are working with Baylor College of Medicine to try to get a youth peer group going, so I definitely want to hook up with you guys during that. We started,
that would be great.
That would be great.
Handing out Chromebooks to youth and adults with disabilities so that they can be connected online and all of that. I'm actually the mom of she's an adult now, but she's a young woman with cerebral palsy, and so that's how I got connected to disabilities 37 years ago now. And really, it was about her getting out and being part of the community, and she's grown and living on her own in D.C. and has a job. So I've been around disability a long time myself, so I just love being connected to you guys.
Well, thank you so much. We're going to get together offline and we're going to talk, but thank you so much for being a part of our show today, and I enjoyed speaking with you.
I love my people at HCIL, Shemaine.
I love you guys, too. I did have one question. We're talking about diversity and inclusion today. So I just wondered what is one thing we can do as a community to positively impact diversity and inclusion.
Well,
isn't that a question?
Yes, we're trying to work on it because we are the underdogs. We are the lost one.
Yes.
But what I'm really fighting for my families, and I want everybody, and I hope everybody in Houston is listening to this, because hidden disabilities is so prevalent. We have to be very careful how you talk to people and how you bully people. We're going to talk a little bit about that. But in my program, we asked everybody that we just want to be judged by the contents of our character, not by our disabilities.
Right.
And that's been a part of it. And adult bullying, because I have been bullied so much. As an adult, I have been bullied majority of my life. I have been bullied. And it's not by kids, it's bullied by adults.
Right.
Yes. And so thank you for that question. We're going to get together and we're going to talk about that.
I just off the top of my head, Charmaine, I mean, we need to keep that message in front of our elected officials.
Yes.
That there's a community. I mean, there are communities that are forgotten, but I have always said ever since I met HCIL 30 years ago, people with disabilities are the last ones that are being discriminated against.
Right.
There's a big group to help with racial discrimination and age discrimination.
Right.
But people with disabilities don't have that same voice in public.
Mm-hmm. They don't have it.
And we just need to make sure that our elected officials know we're out there.
Yeah,
and we want to be included.
Right.
We just want to make sure that we are part of the community.
Right.
You know, some of us don't feel like we are part of the community.
And we are part of the community.
So, anybody else out there listening to the radio show, we need to make these people part of our lives. They're our brothers and sisters in our American country, and we need to make them part of the group. Have a chair at the table.
Hold on a minute, Miss. Hold on a minute, Miss Chairman. Stay on the line. I want Miss Kathy, because she need to introduce herself.
I was going to introduce myself
before she started talking. She need to introduce herself.
Let me
I know she
introduce
start
myself.
talking.
Okay.
I know she
Thanks, Charmaine.
because I know she ready to jump in because she love people with disabilities. I'm telling you.
Yes, she
I know
does.
she's finna jump in. Okay, Miss Kathy.
This is Dr. Kathy L. Tatum with Collaborating Voices Foundation. Exactly what it says, Collaborating Voices. We are here in Houston, Texas. We are branching out to other cities and also third world countries for 2021. But we do pretty much everything. I think most people put us in a category of domestic violence. That's because it has gone up even more here in 2021. But what I was about to tell Ms. Charmaine is I saw on the news last night that even with the COVID testing and also the vaccine, they are forgetting that people can't just go get in the car. Right. And that's what I've been preaching, even with the city of Houston. I know I have a lot of people that are on my Facebook. Right. I have no problem with letting them know you have forgot about the foster families that have over amount of kids. They're not going to be able to sit in the car that long with a group. If you're in a wheelchair and you already need help to get in and out, your caretaker cannot sit 3 or 4 hours in a car waiting for you to get a shot, any food. And like I said, one of the young ladies was on the news last night. She even had to be on the phone several times to get transferred on advocating for her adult assisted living. Why aren't they coming out? And the first thing they said was, you were on the list. Let's be real. You're not on the list of the politicians that know you.
Yes.
Let's be real. There is a state registry of those that are doing it legitimately. You know where the assisted living is.
Right.
It's not very hard to look in the computer as a real estate agent and as a former 21 years of property management.
Right.
We have an ADS system where we know that we could bring up every assisted living of 55 and up.
Right.
So why is people randomly getting tested and getting the shot when you can literally go to one apartment complex, 55 and up, and vaccinate everybody?
Mm-hmm.
It's disrespectful to me to have people with disability wait in a line.
Right, it is.
It is.
So we need to talk to our politicians about that,
yes.
Kathy.
Yes. You have an SSI
I'm
building,
not going to wait in no line.
Right.
Yeah,
they're closed. I just don't get it.
Yeah.
Right.
If you're dealing with cancer and you already don't want to be around people because you ain't supposed to, because you don't know what you're going to get, how are you going to tell those people, oh, wait on the phone? I mean, I don't know about you, but I got arthritis.
Right.
I ain't got time to sit there for 2 or 3 hours on waiting. So
and holding that phone.
Disability, assisted living, nursing homes, foster care homes, they're left out, straight left out,
and always left. Seem to be always left
always,
out.
and
that shouldn't be.
The press conferences that I see, and every time they pick somebody, you could literally Google that they're already running citywide events.
Right.
They always say we're going to reach out to the real ones. Now I want y'all to listen to what they say in there, the real nonprofits, so we can team up with them to make sure everything is done. See, the problem is, the real ones don't have time to go to the press conference.
Right.
The real ones don't have time to really advocate at City Hall because they have people with disabilities and what you supposed to do? Leave them, and then you ain't got no license because you done left them.
Okay, and that's another thing I want to say is because always being mindful of what Mayor Sylvester Turner said. He says it all the time, almost every time we get on. He said, if you're a senior citizen, you don't need to be out. You need to be at home. So Mayor Turner don't have to tell me 2 times to stay at home. I stay at home. Now, I came out on MLK Day because I serve on the board for the MLK parade, right? So I came out and took a video, and as soon as I got the call, the first somebody I see was Mayor Turner. Oh, look who's coming out. I said, Mayor Turner, what did you tell me? You said if I'm a senior citizen, I'm 70 years old, stay home. I stay home. You have to tell me twice. I stay home. I took my little video with Sylvester Brown for the Black Heritage Society Foundation, and guess what? I went right back to my house and back watching my TV because they have to know that a lot of us have back problems and all kind of problems. We can't just sit in the car this long time. I'm just wondering if they realize that these lines are so long, but you have people with disabilities in there. They have to use the restroom.
Yeah.
Correct. They have all the kind of other issues that they have.
You can't even use a public bathroom, even if you're shopping in a store.
So how do you expect these people with disabilities to be able to be in that line that long?
Yeah. Right.
Some of them can drive themselves, and some of them don't have a caretaker.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Charmaine. Go ahead.
I say some of them can't even drive to get down to those lines either.
Right.
And they want these are adults that are with disability, and then some of the questions that they ask: do you have a driver's license? Do you have a birth certificate? Usually, the caretaker is not carrying that around.
Right.
So,
yeah.
What else? Listen to my DJ real quick. What you say, DJ? I know, right?
Our main DJ.
Yes.
So you want to say hello to the DJ?
Yeah, I always love saying hello to the DJ. We couldn't do this without a DJ.
I know.
I don't know what none of those buttons are or nothing. But yeah, I just appreciate her calling in because that's mainly a real big problem.
And thank you, Charmaine, so much for calling in. And I would like to, if you're not too busy, because we want to continue this, if you can call in next month. We only do this every fourth Monday in every month, and we do this from 12 to 1. So Chris will update you, but we'd like for you to call again because we have to let the people know this, what's going on out there. And we're going to be talking every month about mental health and about people with disabilities because they need to understand what we're going through and what's going on because we like the underdogs. And I was just telling one of my friends yesterday, I said, you know what, they forget about us that have the grassroots foundations, right? Because it's been, a year, and all this money been coming through. They give to the same people. I know my State Diversity Organization. My State Diversity Organization has not gotten any funding in 2020. Not any. This money coming through. So where's it going? It ain't coming by me. So we have to let them know where we are, and these politicians know. We vote for you, so you need to come on with it and help these small grassroots organizations. That's all I want to say.
And that's where, my wrap up is. With Collaborating Voices, there's so many organizations out here, even like Blacks and Nonprofit, it's almost 19,000 members. The National Nonprofit Minority Association, none of these people know how to get the money, so we're trying to teach people. I'm sorry. They know we out here, even though I'm not going to call out some names or the city of Houston, but you know who I am. I've been on these committees. We're moving homeless people, but then you go I saw also where a actual hospital closed down yesterday. Then wait till they close down, and then you're like, what can we do to do something? The same vacant buildings are being paid for. The same, if you walk by and everything, we have shelters that have been getting $34 million a year, and you can't prove nothing that they've done. So I'm always an advocate. If somebody's out there who wants to give to actually organizations, this weekend Slimpy Her is giving away 200 book bags. We raise that money ourselves. Right. Another Smart Scholars, Miss Felicia, she opened up a daycare to do STEM. These people are the ones that are our future. Right. I have Sister Sheree. She is doing credit repair. People look at that a long time ago and go, that's not important. It is important, because those of us that are raising money, we're looking at our own credit, and we're trying to get our own grants and raising money. So therefore we do things. I team up with Miss Scott because she also deals with seniors. So if anybody wants to adopt a senior and graduating this year, $500 to $1,000, you can go to her website, because we want to make sure these kids leave with supplies. All this is part of making sure our communities are one. The Rose, if you do not know, even on my timeline, please, if you have insurance, you get breast cancer, you want to make sure that you have actual, resources. And that's why the Rose teamed up to have, if you have insurance and you want to get the mammogram, look, I don't say it right. And you can actually, have somebody, look, my mammogram, monogram, all above. One person that's insured can actually help another woman that is uninsured. Yes. So that's why when you see us together, we are very busy. But at the end of the day, just like our assisted living, I'm an advocate for all. And I don't play. I just don't. If you don't have time to give back to your community, I just pretty much dismiss you. I really don't. I'm not the one to call. They tell you I'm not the one to call. So 35 of us are working together, and we're all in different kinds of realms, but we all make one team. It takes
community partners.
Yes, a tree has many branches, many branches, but we need each other to be aware. So I would love to get her information. Miss Scott, I'm sure you can get a hold. Yes, because I need to go down there and make sure all assisted living.
She want to work with you.
Yeah, I want to make sure they get their shots. I don't want to see another person on the news saying I got my shot and you ain't even leave your house. I don't want to see another person that does not deal with disability and also mental health. I just don't. And we have suffering. So I appreciate it, DeBang. I really, really do, giving us this platform every month.
Miss Kathy, thank you so much for being our guest in studio. We thank you so much. And Miss Chris, I love you. Thank you for being a co-host.
Always
filling in for Attorney Phyllis. But let's please pray for her family, because she lost her dad, and so I want you guys to pray for her. But thank you, Miss Chris, for taking out the comfort of your day that you do to come on the show. Again,
I'm with people. I'm so happy. Thank you, Charmaine.
And I want to thank our DJ. And thank you, Miss Charmaine, for calling in. Really appreciate it. Thank our DJ. We couldn't do it without our DJ. Thank you, DJ.
Oh, you're very
Again,
welcome.
I want to give a shout out to Mr. Maud Khan, the owner of the station. Thank you, Mr. Maud. Have a wonderful day. And look for us the same time, same place, next February 6th. I think February 20-something. Anyway, the fourth Monday, look for us. We'll be right here. Thank you. Have a wonderful and blessed day. Stay safe. And as the Mayor Sylvester Turner say, mask up.
Mask up.
Mask up, baby. Mask up.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.